Hey everyone, this is Laurel of the Dabbling Hook, and oh man, as soon as I start recording, he pulls up all the men's. Hubby and the minions had to go clear out some stuff from his office, and my father-in-law went with them, and of course I start recording and they just pull up. So I'm gonna have to, you know what, I'm not stopping, we'll see. Sorry, I have a really dry throat. I am having some polar seltzer. This is very popular around here. And it's it is my favorite seltzer water maker. But anyway, I ramble. I also have my Debbie water bottle over there, trying to keep hydrated. So, how cold is it where you guys are? It's, compared to the last few days, it's practically spring here now. And I know we didn't get it near as bad as some places that had, like, you know, minus 30, minus 50 with the wind chill. Oh, you can probably hear their voices outside. Anyway, I will have to pause if they come in and make too much noise and I hear the door. Okay. Okay, I'm back. Everybody's situated, I hope. I'm sure you'll see them coming down here, there, and everywhere. So, what are we doing? We are doing Wip-apalooza number 2. Hang on, I need to bend to grab something. Okay. So, I think last time after I went and I counted, and I had 13, it's my book, it's buried. I had 13 whips, I think I showed you guys, and out of that, hold on, let's hope I don't have an avalanche. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, 13, and out of that, I frogged 5 of them. So there was some progress. I still have to frog the first Hotel of Bees that I had started. I don't think anything else is being frogged. They just need to get worked on. So, if you hear any rustling, Father Minion is making his lunch. So, I think I will start with my whips first, just to get that out of the way. It hasn't been a lot. Yeah, he's being awfully loud, at least to me. So, first I will talk about acquisitions. I bought some bags, and I really need to put the credit card away, or I need to put the PayPal off to the side. There are just so many lovely things out there, but one, I can't use everything that I'm buying all at once, and it's just, I have enough. Let's just put it that way. But I bought from Ash Love Makes. She's here on YouTube as well. She does her podcast now in English and Spanish, and she's more active on Instagram, and she also does a lot of Instagram stories. So she used to have an Etsy store, and I mentioned this last time, but now she just sells her bags through Instagram. She'll show what she has and what the costs, and you deal with her through PayPal. So I got 3 bags. Why 3 bags? Because I have a lot of whips. But really, I have enough bags, so I need to stop. But look at this. Oh, look at this. I mean, how can you resist? Right? So yeah, so this is her zipper bag. It's turquoise color with the llamas, of course, with the nerdy llamas, I guess, because the glasses is just too cute. And the inside is just this fabric. So yeah, and this is her tag right here. Will it focus? Of course not. Anyway, it says Ash Love Makes. So that's the first one. The second one I bought, I was only going to buy this one, but then, you know, got a little carried away. Look how cute the colors. It's so not my colors really, but it's a little brighter on screen than it is in real life. Yeah, the blue's a lot brighter, a lot more teal on screen than it really is, but it's definitely a blue. And you know, I haven't even watched any of the new Doctor yet, and it's mainly because all I watch now is YouTube, and I don't watch TV anymore. I mean, like literally, I don't watch TV. I can't even imagine. Once upon a time, I never thought I'd be able to like live without TV, and now I just watch YouTube. I love it. I love it, love it, love it. And all her bags come with these little leather pulls. And what's inside? It's just brown on the inside. Oh, I love it. And then the last one I bought was these owls. She had a zippered one too, but I figured I think I prefer, for the most part, the drawstring bags, but I think she only had one of these, so that's why I got that. She had a drawstring of that, but I have a lot more drawstring bags, so I got the zipper one, but the owl, and look, the inside just matched perfectly. Look at that. She did a great job. Great job. And this one came with a little angel stitch marker, and this is the tag that she always puts on her things. Whoa, right here. Of course she won't focus. Of course, there you go. So that's hers. So anyway, so those are my purchases. I also purchased some, what is it? The Pantone. They really are, they must be clearing it out. Although it doesn't say clearance at Michael's, it's regular sale, which I think in their system somewhere it must be marked as like clearance or something, because there's a 20% off your sale or regular price that isn't working. I think Monica of Malin B mentioned it a couple of episodes back that her coupon wasn't working. And typically the coupons don't work on clearance, or I think Joann's has doorbusters, but that type of stuff. The coupons don't work on it. It's just regular sales or regular price items. So it didn't work yesterday when I bought some. I bought a couple, and I was in a rush, so I didn't bother. But today, the cashier tried my app coupon. She tried the paper that they have. That didn't work, and then she just went in and manually did it, because she said she wasn't about that either, trying to fiddle with it. So I was appreciative of that. But the reason I bought 2 yesterday, and then today I picked up another 3. They are on sale for $3.99 basically. The normal price is $7.99, so it takes off $4. A friend of mine, not a friend of mine, my colleague, my teammates, I think I'd mentioned his sister has cancer, and he asked me to make a hat. And I've been looking, she's an artist, and I've been looking on her Facebook page at the color scheme, because he wasn't sure either. So what I'm going to do is take the ones I bought and have him see which ones that he likes to use for hers. So those are my acquisitions. Did I buy anything? The only other thing I bought I bought another skein of the jeans yarn to go with the hat, which actually I do have one finished item. I finished. Oh, I love how this is showing this color, but it's definitely not this bright cobalty blue. But I wish it was. But this is the baby hat that I'm making. So it's going to be a set of 3, the baby, mom, and dad. And I am working on the dad one right now. Which bag? This bag. I have a ton of whips, and I don't think I'm going to go through all of them today. But I'm actually trying out for the first time, I'm not sure if you guys are aware of Woolly Wormhead, Mars of Hey Brownberry. I think Woolly Wormhead is one of her favorite, or if not her favorite, hat pattern designer. And Woolly Wormhead just does wood. Just does wood. Just does hats I mean, the designs are gorgeous. They're very flowy and very structural and very organic. So she has a bunch of free patterns as well. So I was going through and I'm trying one. It's a basic, you can change the, how you do the ribbing. The whole hat is ribbing basically. But the pattern is a 6x2, but you can do a 3x8 or a 4x4. So I'm just going with the pattern, and I'm not ready to decrease yet, but anyway, I'm not ready to decrease yet, but there's a, it doesn't look overly complicated, but who knows. But anyway, that's what I'm working on, the dad's hat. And I think for the mom, the reason I went to buy another skein of the yarn, it's for the mom. I think I'm going to either do my Algonquin beanie or the Pebbles and Pathways for her, and I needed another skein because I'm going to hold it, make it a 3-strand to be thick enough for that. So if I do the Pebbles and Pathway, if I do the is he being a jerk?
No, I waved.
Oh, you did?
Yes.
I can't see you because you just look like a dark spot over there. Come over and say hi.
If I say hi, I get to show my lizard.
Fine, you can show your lizard. Oh my god. Okay. Sidebar. All my yarny friends out there, and you know who you are, who have dogs, you guys know I'm not a cat person. I'm not a dog person either. I know you guys love your dogs. It's just, I'm from the island, and in the island, dogs were outside, and dogs inside, it's just not my thing. Plus, I can smell the dogs. I can walk in and tell you if you have a dog. My experience so far, and it's just not my thing. Dog hair all over the place. I can't. So, Minion 2 pretty much dislikes me most of the time because we're not getting a dog. Minion 1, for his 16th birthday, that was his gift. He got a lizard. And I told him, fine, but I want nothing to do with it. And he keeps trying to reel me in. Can you get me this? Can you drive me here? No. Anyway, that was a sidebar. So he wants to show his lizard. So, anyway, this is Dad's. For Mom's, if I do the Algonquin, it'll be 2-stranded. If I do the Pebbles and Pathways, it'll be 3-stranded. So I decided to get that extra skein in case.
Is that shirt copyrighted?
Show your lizard. So yeah. And what is the lizard's name?
Marvin.
Tell them.
His name is Marvin. Did you see him lick the air? He went
Okay,
like,
fine. Can you go with your lizard? Thank you.
your mom is looking at you.
Yes. Hi. Goodbye. Oh, good Lord.
Dad, you want to hold the lizard?
Dad's not a fan of reptiles either. Snakes are an absolute unqualified no. Never. Anyway, that was that. So that was whip number 1. That's active whip. And I hope to have this one finished by hopefully the middle of the week or no later than this week, so I can start on, because I thought I had till the 2nd week, but it's not till the end of the month, but I want to have it done way before that. So if I finish this one next week, then the other one won't take me a week because it's my own pattern, and I can blow through that. So that's that. Next thing I'm working on, and I'm all tangled, is another Lovey. Oh, she looks gray. She is not gray at all. She is taupe heather. So the lighting. Last time I thought it was the light, but it's just, someone said my white balance, and I am not camera savvy enough to figure that out yet. I'll have to futz with the on-screen programming, but anyway, she looks gray. She's not. She's a taupe brown. So this, I said, this was leftovers from Christmas presents I'd done for my nieces. Wow, it really does. I think I really do need to work on my white balance. Okay, so this is gray, and this is Red Heart with Love, and the other colors are that was Minion Father. The other colors are from, where are they from? AC Moore. It's the AC Moore Stitch Studio. So, and this is Bernat something, Super Value in Taupe Heather. And this is also Red Heart with Love in black. So she just needs her face and her bun. She's going to have another bun that I am going to do a ball, a crochet ball, instead of doing a pom-pom. So I'm going to be using this, and this is the boa in black. So I will hold this with a strand of Karen Simply Soft because it's thinner and I don't want the bun to be too big. And I think if I use the regular black, it will be. So that needs to be done, as well as giving her her face, and she will be done. So yeah, that is active whip number 2. Let's see. What do we have in here? And a few of, this is another, let's see. This project bag I made, oh, and this is my pin project bag. Oh, and this is, hold on. Woo. Oh my gosh, I'm horrible at this. Oh, can you see that? This is the pin by Quoilin, of the Quo podcast. And I think Z showed it, but look, it lifts up. So the hat says hooker, and then you lift it up and she's got yarn on the brain. And there's a knit version that says Knitwit on here on the hat. Quoilin designed the knit hat, and somebody else whose name I can't remember designed the crochet hat that says hooker on it. But anyway, that's that. So the other whip, I don't even know what I was doing here. This is just a bed sheet holder when you buy it. The sack it comes in, and this is just cottons and cotton blends. This is from last year when I was doing a crochet along for, it's hosted on the Underground Crafters Facebook page, and this was one of the squares. So it's just in here along with some other squares. Was it all cotton? Yeah. It was the dishcloth along, and this was one of them, and I pulled out all the cottons that I'd had. This is a cotton acrylic, so cotton and cotton blends. And I've been meaning to knit up. I have a few crochet, oh, look at that. This is from when I had gone to Webb's, my first trip to Webb's. And of course I hit the discount bin, and I've got all these cottons. I had an idea to do something at the time, which never materialized, surprise. So yeah, this was all the cottons, and I have a few crochet dishcloths, and I have 2 knitted ones, and I wanted to do another one because one of them is falling apart because I made it when I wasn't so good at it. Okay, that's that. So that was the one last week that I noticed while I was showing you guys stuff. I haven't done anything else on the bunny this week because it's double-stranded. It's a little stressful on the arm, so I gave it a break. Next, this is another little bag that I made, and it's one of those, oh, I forgot about that. That's pretty. It's one of those fat quarter bags that you fold, and you basically make it out of 2 fat quarters. If I can find one of the tutorials, I'll put it down below, but I don't remember. I think I have it saved. But anyway, it's a tiny little bag. It'll be good for a knitted sock kind of project. Or if you're making a baby hat, it would fit nicely in this. Anyway, what's in here is, I think this is definitely going to have to be a part 3. I have these small skeins of wool yarn that I bought, a wool blend, yeah, that I bought at AC Moore because I'm a sucker for their dollar bin, really bad. And I've always wanted to do a, oh, I'm getting fluff all over. I've always wanted to do a hexagon blanket. So I thought, why not use that and see how far I get? Did I ever lose steam? Because there's this. That was, I think I stopped here because I ran out of that particular skein and I put it away. But anyway, this is how far I got. And I'm getting that message again. So it turned out that I bought a new, what do you call it? A new software, editing software, Power Director. And I had the Power Director mobile before, and I wanted the full software to have a little more flexibility. But for some reason, my computer doesn't have, I guess, enough memory or whatever capacity to record at high def or some kind of high def, and it's telling me to lower it because I couldn't import my last video into Power Director for it to do anything with. So I had to use the mobile, which sucked. But anyway, again, I digress. And this is one of my stitch markers that I like to put on things so I remember what the heck I'm doing and if I ever remember which way to point this. So this is an E hook I was using, but this is how far I got with the skein. And these are just the colors that came out of the skeins as they did, and I think I was really getting bored. And I was doing a join as you go and joining into every stitch. So it's, while it's not super raised, it's, it does give like a little, I don't know, what would you call that? A little bit of texture. Almost like a braid texture to it. And if I remember, I'll try to take a picture to show it up close, but I'll probably forget. Anyway, so that's that. I have to go dig in the top shelf of my bookcase has all my tiny skeins, my odd skeins, my odd tiny skeins, those little 50-gram skeins up there. And I'm pretty sure I have some left. And if I don't know what I'm going to do with that. So that's that. The other thing is, I've mentioned a few times, this is, oh, by the way, Columbo moment. Today is my unofficial co-host who hasn't been here in a long time, who I hope at some point in the next few episodes to at least have him come on, because he has to pay me a visit. But today's his birthday. He turned 7 today. God, time is flying. So, he's going to have Chinese food for dinner today. And he was talking to me, telling me how he went to a restaurant and everyone said hi to him and wished him happy birthday because they knew him, because they go there, and he was just going on and on and on, the talker. But anyway, this was the original blanket I was making for him, you know, when my sister was pregnant. And it's made with 2 strands of Caron Simply Soft, and it's just the granny stitch blanket. And I was doing one light, one dark in the same color family, and it was just, this was about twice as tall as what this is now, and it was just getting too heavy, and I was losing steam, so I ended up making him a different blanket. I ended up making the Jacob's Ladder blanket, which is by Beth in Texas, and Beth used to do videos a lot, and she hasn't. I think last year she popped up and did a video, but it's been years since she's really done a video. But I made that for him instead. But I've been using this in other projects, and I think I'm just, after this, going to pretty much unravel it and add it to my, since it's double-stranded, I'm going to add it to my bulky ball, just to get it out of the way, because it's been hanging around on the back of my chair for a while. Okay, next. So in here, and this is a bag by Molly Klein Designs. I think this is one of when she first started making bags. I bought this, and I bought this because the Minions love this show. Even Minion Father loved this show. What the hell? Oh, what the heck is the show? Something Time. Oh, it's like right here and it escapes me. No, I don't remember. But this in here is the crisscross shawl. I believe this is a free pattern, and there was a crochet along going on. It's by Faye of oh god, she does the tutorial, not the tutorial. She has a channel. Faye Hughes Design. If I remember the podcast name. It's a crochet and knit podcast that she does. But anyway, I started it, and I was using some yarn that I bought from Craftsy, and I was using their Cloudborne fibers, and it was their 100% fine Highland wool. And again, for some reason, it was coming up, one, very Christmassy, and two, this is supposed to be the top of the shawl. And eventually it'll block out, but this is just so pointy, and I don't know what I was doing wrong. And I did not like the color scheme. It's just, it screams Christmas. I have to set a lower resolution, or I'll have trouble updating, editing. But anyway, it's just too Christmassy. And I got through the first section where two sections, where that pattern stitch, the crisscross is. And I don't like it. I don't like the feel. I don't like the weight of the yarn. And it's such a waste, because now I'm going to have to frog it all and try to recoup the yarn, and I don't know if I'll be able to. This was what's left of, I want to say skein 1 or skein 2. This of the green, and then I use all of the first of the cream, and I don't like it. I just don't. It looks like a hood, and there's no way blocking is even going to really stretch that out, so I'm going to have to start again at some point, but this needs to be frogged. I don't know why I've just had it sitting there in denial. Oh, I'm looking for this 4mm tulip. See? And now I get to get my hook back. So, frog is going over there. Frog is going over there. What was in here? Nope. This is another, what do you call it? Sheet sack. And this, I was making a bag for my niece at some point. And she likes purple. And I was almost done, but I lost steam. And I was just making it up as I went along, and this is doing some cross something or other. I don't remember. Yep. That is probably going to get frogged as well. And it's got another one of my stitch markers on there. So this was an H hook. And this is, I tried the Susan Bates with the handle. Not my thing. Not my thing. So I'm going to put this aside to include in a giveaway whenever. Whenever. Maybe if I ever hit 1,500. We'll see. So that's another frog. Next. This one is definitely not going to be a frog, but I need to work up the energy to make it, because it's in really skinny yarn, and I don't know what I was thinking when I started it, but I absolutely love how it looks right now. And this is pretty sure this is the Southern Diamonds shawl. Yeah. But I was doing it in Vanna's Glamour, because I found Vanna's Glamour on sale, or on clearance somewhere. I think this is Michael's. I don't know. but it's normally $4.99 and it was on sale for $2.99. And but look at this. Oh, this is so not the color on screen right now. It's looking like a teal color, but it's more of a you know, that pagoda colorway from it's more on the green side. It's the pagoda colorway from Karen Simply Soft. That's really what the color is. It's lovely. It's more jewel tone than it's showing. Yeah, that's not even close. This is a little better, but not quite. It's more green. But it's beautiful. But Vanna's Glamour is so tiny. So tiny. But I will finish it. I will. Oh yeah, see, this just looks straight up blue. And it's not. It's gorgeous. The color is lapis. It's like a jewel color. And I believe it is Southern Diamonds. Let's see if I printed the whole thing out. Did I? Yep, the Southern Diamond shawl. So that definitely will get done. And this is another one of mine. One of my bags, so that stays there. Oh, whew, the flash is coming. Okay, next. This is another one of my bags. I went on a roll once I learned how to do it, and I just made a whole bunch. And these are actually, they're either tea towels or little short curtains that I just had there for a while, and I just turned it into a bag with just a white inside. And what is in here? Oh, wow. This is a, I don't even know how you call it. It is a needle holder by Knitting I Love, Barbara of Knitting I Love. And I have this because I won it because somebody, you know, when you get tagged in the giveaways on Instagram, and one of my friends on there tagged me, and she won, so I won. So I have two of these. I have one and a different one in there. But what I was doing, I was trying, can I see it? Hold on. Can you see the writing? Oh yeah, it says Mom. And it's supposed to say I Heart Mom. And I was testing out my knitting back then. And I think I messed it up totally. I wouldn't even know where I am. What is this? This is the pattern. I took it and put it in line by line, so I'll know where I am. Oh, and see, it comes in handy. But I was using Premier Home cotton on that, and that's going to get frothed because I have no idea where I was on it. Oh my gosh. Can't take my hat off because my hair is a royal mess. Yep, I need to frog it. What's this? And this is in here for, oh, this was supposed to be a tie or something. I was making a little baby, what was I making? A baby set, the diaper cover and tie set for somebody, and this was just extra. That needs to be frogged. There's a lot more. Let's see. This was me trying to, what was I trying to do? Get comfortable with knitting tiny yarns, and I was using, I think, Vanna's Glamour mixed with, this was one of the dollar skeins from AC Moore, the Stitch Studio. So I was just putting them together, and to me they were still pretty thin together, and I was using, oh look, this is another one of the collage needles. Forgot that was in here, so that got missed being sent. with this really flexible, yeah, no. So that needs to be frogged. I have no idea what I was doing. I think I was just going to do a skinny scarf. It's terrible. Terrible. So yeah, that needs to be frogged. Okay. This is another Molly Klein bag. Molly Klein designed bag. The faces of the doctor. And in here, oh, I think I was going to make the, what do you call it? It's by One Dog Wolf. I was going to make a top that she had. It's a granny stitch, and then the top has still the granny stitch, but yeah. It was too thin. I think I was using, yeah, cottonish. Whoops. I was using cottonish. And I ran out of the brown or the taupe, and I was adding the yellow, and I had this, and I have no idea what I'm going to do with this, and it's not going to be a top, so it's going to get broad. Look at all those project bags being available now. This, oh, another one of my bags. This fabric, I think I have 3 or 4 bags in it. 1, 2, at least 3. And I have a couple of, or I had a small notions pouch I made out of it too. But this is the slush hat, and I think I went too big. It's a pattern that, it's not free, but if you had subscribed to something or whatever, you got the pattern free. And I've made quite a few of them, and I started one for last fall, and I never got to finishing it. So that needs to be frogged and reclaimed. Oh, my goodness. It's terrible. It's terrible. In here, ooh, this is another one where I was working with scrawny yarns. So this, I used to do a dye box from Bee Queen collection. I don't know if she still, I don't think she still does the dye boxes, not sure. But basically it came with everything that you needed to dye, except you had to get the pot. But it came with the yarn, and she did natural dyes. And I'd seen a ombre dyeing thing video on YouTube, and I wanted to try it with this, so that's what I did. I ended up rescanning it, but I basically dyed the whole cake. And then I think I rescanned it and put that in there again to dye it, but I was experimenting. But it's just, it was so skinny, and this was when she first started, you got whatever yarn weight, and then you were able to, after a while, decide what size of yarn you wanted. So then I only did the bulky. But this, I think, was my very first one, and it's fingering, and it's a no. So I paired it with some, I think this was some LRA I had gotten to finish a project, and I ended up taking it out. So I was doing actually a pattern by another pattern by Barbara of Knitting I Love, and I put it aside, and of course it gets forgotten, and I think the combination was just too busy. You can't see the pattern, so that needs to get frogged. I did get through the ribbing. So now I get to wind this back up and try again for something to do with it. But it's a no right now. More frogging. It's almost bad. Okay. Huh. I think I may have gone through almost everything I have. I have 2 bags. They're not quite whips. Sorry. They're projects that, there's crochet alongs that I should have started last year and didn't. The Tree of Life is one of them, and I have a bag full of yarn. And the Havana Afghan. I'm hoping. Oh, so my active whip, that's sort of a finished object that is going to get ripped up. I made a sock. I finished the sock. I think when I showed it last time I was over here, and I needed to finish the foot so I can start the toe. So look, I did the toe and it was not as scary as I thought, decreasing. I watched the video for Kitchenering and I totally think I'll be able to do it, but I didn't want to have to cut the yarn and do the Kitchener because I'm going to frog it, because this is like Paul Bunyan's feet and this serves absolutely no purpose whatsoever. So it was just my test. I'm going to rip it out and I'm going to so it's considered a finished object. I still need to work on the heel though. I just need to do it again for it to really click. So I'm going to do a toe up with bulky weight yarn, slowly getting closer to, you know, regular sock weight, which I don't know what ever happened, but either bulky or worsted weight. I might use the big twist because it's a very chunky worsted weight, but sock is finished. I actually did it. So it's sort of half goal done for this year, and it's on my Chow-goose, and I magic looped the whole thing, which is pretty cool. I think I did it on 32s, and I definitely would have preferred 40, so I ordered cords for 40. So this is going to get ripped out and reskeined, but sock is done, and toe up sock will commence sometime this month. So it's a good pile of frogging that's going to happen over there. This, okay, this I'm going to keep going with this because I'm determined to make a garment, real garment. So this is the color block jumper. I didn't do a picture, but I saw it first, I think, on Rosina of Zines and Rogers podcast, and I wanted to make it right away. But I'm easily bored, is what I've come to thoroughly admit. I'm easily bored, and I stopped. But this is the sorry, I was looking at that error message again on the screen. This is where I am. It's just I think the front and back are the same, but so this is one panel, and it's being done in Stitch Studio Earth Tones. It's one of the yarns. It's really, really squishy soft, and it's all flecky and tweedy. So I have enough to, I still have the big skein here, so this will finish the top. I just need to make sure that I have enough of the same color to do both. But this, either I'm going to frog what I have and start over again, and I may not make it color block and just make it one solid color just to finish something. Yeah, I may do that, but it's not being frogged. Alright, I think I only have 2 more to go right now. Not bad. My one big one I will show in my next video, which is my me blanket that I was making. That's over 10 years old. Yeah. I'll pull that out. But, oh, it's so pretty. This is so pretty. The color's so pretty. So this is the, it's by Diem of Aduday Designs, and it's, what the heck is the name? Oh my gosh. It's her fade, I didn't put the first page down, did I? Good gracious. Yes, I did. Her blur shawl that I started, and I think my hesitation with this was I don't like cutting yarns and color changing, which is why I like soul striping variegated yarns. So I got all the yarns. I got Malabrigo. I'm pretty sure I got Malabrigo in here. Do I? No. I am using String Theory DK. And yeah, I need to work on my presentation. It's not focusing. But I need to use this because this was a freaking $26 skein of yarn and I have more than one. I think it's all String Theory. I thought I was using Malabrigo too. I feel like I'm speaking low, am I? I hope you guys can hear me. 4.5. I think I have now like 3 of these because I keep buying. Whenever Joann's has good coupons and the hooks aren't on sale, I go and I grab these. So anyway, I started it, and yeah, it's all the String Theory because I was at my local yarn store, or yarn shop last year sometime. I just decided to swing in, and then there was a truck there. Actually, that's probably why I swung in, because there was a truck outside. And the String Theory dyer, I think she's out of Vermont or Maine. She's out of Maine, Blue Hills, Maine. She was there, and I felt one of her skeins, and it was just so squishy, and the colors are so gorgeous. So this is one of them. So I have 2 colors of hers that I'm using with Miss Babs. Right, Z? And this was the Yowzer, the $38 skein, which I think Z just said it's now up to $48 because it's a huge 560 yards of superwash merino. So this was the one that I had, and the colorway, I do not remember. Wanna Go Crazy is the colorway. So I'm losing light fast, so this is not coming out. But it's just like flames. An alternate name for this would be flames. So I skeined a little bit, and then I have the rest of it. And I started making it. Love this color. Oh, you're not going to see that at all. Nope. Nope, nope, nope. Because I'm losing light. I forget what this is, but it's a deep, rich, burgundy, maroony color. So anyway, since I'm losing light, I started the blur, and I was just not feeling it, and I don't know if it was the yarns. This was just, ooh, I can't see this. Hang on, let me see if my light will help. Ooh, it's all yellow now. Not a whole lot of help, but this was just not doing it for me. This is looking grayish up top, but it's more of the brown tones. Yeah. No, it's not doing it for me at all. So now I have to rip it all back and try again at some point. But now is not the time, and I'm just going to put it all back. Put it all back. And the last one for today. Oh goodness. This was the, what's her name? I watch so many podcasts, but I never remember the names. Carmen. Her name is Carmen, and she's Swedish. Don't quote me on that. But she has a pattern out there for a granny cardigan, and I started it with yarns that I just had sitting around. I think they were, I don't even know what they were. Well, whatever they were, I started with knit picks. What I had for knit picks. And I ran out, and then I went and I bought some drops yarn, cotton yarn. And ugh, the colors are just not me. I was trying to just use stash, and I got this far. You know, the front is pretty much done, and I think I was just, where am I? I'm adding to the length here, and then when you're done, I believe it folds this way, and then you have to add sleeves. So now I am terrified of ripping it all out because I do not like the colors at all. Oh, I knew I had this. I have 2 stitch markers I made that are ends, and I knew I had an H and I couldn't find it at all. And there it is. All the whips. Yeah. It's just, I don't like it. I don't like it. Hers was, I think, meant to use scraps and all your, make it a stripey thing, and I will try again, but I will try again in just a solid color. I think that's what I need to do from now on, because I'm not a fan of color changing. Like, the fades and things, having to switch colors every row, every other row. Oh, it's not my thing. I'm learning. It's not my thing. And it really puts me off. And I was making myself work on it and going, but I stopped and just, and these colors are just not me. Nope. Salmon-y colors, no. Nope. So now I get to rip it all out and figure something. I think I'm going to leave it as is for now, and seeing how I wanted to, are these 100% cotton? I believe it is. Yep. I think I will just knit dishcloths right from the skeins, because I have, oh, this is another one of my bags. I have a bigger one of these somewhere. I don't know if I showed you, but this is fabric that I bought when the minions were very little, to make stuff for their rooms, and they were just there for the longest time, so I turned it into project bags, and I think I have 3 out of this fabric. This one I tried my hand at the different color base, and like Kim the Crafty Nomad, I am terrible at the joining. Terrible. This side came out great, but this side didn't. Terrible at it. So, this is just a really long, deep project bag, and inside I have this sparkly, can't see the sparkles, all those little dots are sparkles. It's just a gray sparkly, and I just have a bunch of more drops in here. You can't see that. And the off-white that I was using in here as filler was this Isaac Mizrahi. Yeah. This is another that's going to have to stay as a whip for a while, and I will, what will I do? I think I will knit from the garment and do the dishcloths from this. Yeah. I think that's it for now. Next time I will pull out my me blanket. Hopefully I'll have at least the other hat done for this order, and I may actually start on the hat for my teammate, for his sister as well. Yeah. Now I've made a mess, and now I need to clean it out. Oh, my shawl, that I need to finish the pattern, I did nothing on it, absolutely nothing. It's just been one of those, I think the cold just threw everything off. So I'm hoping in the next week to finish the writing, and there were 3 people who said that they would test for me. I wrote your names down, so I will be contacting you hopefully in the next week or so to see if you're still interested, and I think that's it. That is it. It's just, I tried to clean, and I think I just made it worse. Yeah. Oh, Columbo. Oh, and a few people got the welcome back Carpe, Mr. Carpe, the Arnold reference last time. But I bought this book to help me in my designing and getting over some of my angst about what things should look like. Hopefully, I have not gone through the book. I've just done a quick flip through. It's talking about swatching. We don't swatch. That's pretty. But once I have a chance to at least better peruse it, I will just let you know what I think. But Quayland, if I can find it, I will put a link. He did a review of that because he loves them. I think they're sort of his mentors, so if I can find that, I will put it down below so you can check out what he had to say about the book. He's probably will do, or has done, way better than I'll even do as far as a review. And I'm babbling, so I'm going to go and try to clean up and frog some stuff. And my ball of Super Chunky is like yay big, and I think I'm going to at least start off a corner to corner with it because it's just taking up room right now and it's not helping me at all. So yeah, I'm going to start something new instead of finishing what I have. Oh. It just wouldn't be an episode. So I said I wasn't doing any, what do you call it? Crochet longs, because it's just, it'll just end up being whips. But I caved into a little peer pressure. Angelia. So the Unraveled Mittens doing a year-long stash, I guess stash buster kind of crochet along where you're making squares. So there's going to be 2 squares a month, 12 inches, and so at the end you'll have 24, and they're 12 inches, and I'm thinking it's going to be a pretty sizable blanket. But I did the 2 of them, the first 2, but I need to redo the first one because when I made it, I knew it was a little big, and I'm like, but then when I made the second one is just the nature of the stitch makes it small, and you have to either compensate with the border. So even when I did that, mine is around 12, but look. Oh, you can't see. It's terrible lighting. So this is the second one that she did, which is just a bunch of bobble stitches. And then the first one was, herringbone half double crochet, which I've used in one of my patterns. My Anissa beanie uses this this stitch, but it's way too big. So I need to take it all apart and redo. And I was just going to leave this off to the side, but I don't want another stray items because the second shelf of my cart here has a bunch of things that are just, you know, half-made things that are just sitting there. The headband, just a whole bunch of stuff that, like this was for a Granny Square Day, I think last year, that I made, and it's just sitting there without a home, so I don't want to leave another orphan item, so I'm going to actually undo it and redo. So it's 12, and I need to do that before the next one comes because it's every other week, which is good because it gives you breathing space to do something and not have to rush to catch up all the time. So, like I said, I don't want to clean, but I have to. So, my night is going to be frogging and reorganizing. And on that note, I will talk to you guys later. Oh! Okay, we'll just leave it at that it's not going to be an episode without a Columbo moment. Malin B, Monica, released her, the pattern I tested for her. She has a knit and crochet version. She released those. Those are out there, Unravelry. And that's totally not what I was going to say, and I just forgot what it was. Oh, the people who got who I mailed out things to, one of the things that I actually frogged, I actually sent the yarn to somebody, so that was good because it was just going to sit on a shelf. And then the winner did receive hers, so...
I have to poop.
Oh my god.
I'll have it upstairs.
You heard that, right?
You can just cut that out.
I'm not cutting it out. Boys. Have a good day. Have a good night. It's the 2nd. It's 4:59. Perfect time to be done because then I gotta futz with my, what do you call it? I have to futz with my editor to see if it'll let me do that in the regular editor instead of the mobile. Anyway, have a good night. Have a good day. Have a good whatever it is when you're watching this, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye.